Shall I risk it? Okay, turn to Raddic. There you go. Hello everyone, welcome to a new deck tech. Today is another kind of festive themed deck. I've called it Silent Night because it's a night tribal deck, but in the artwork he's also in snow. So I think the people at Wizards might have known what they were doing releasing this so soon. Well, so close to Christmas, but this is actually a really powerful commander, and I can't quite believe this went under the radar. It's because it's from Alchemy 2023, or sorry, Alchemy Brothers War, which is a bit of a weird set they release after the standard set comes out. So it's a 4-mana 4/4, which is already decent. It's got hexproof from white and from black, which is kind of crazy because those two are the most prominent colours of removal, and if you're facing an Orzhov build, there's nothing they can do to kill this, which is kind of crazy. And it says whenever one or more knights you control attack, draft a card from its spellbook, and the cards that you can get are actually freaking awesome. It's 15 very powerful cards for knight builds, and most of these cards are actually already in the deck anyway. But yeah, the deck is a pretty straightforward knight tribal deck. Some of the better cards, Midnight Reaper lets you draw a card whenever a creature dies. You've got Adeline, which creates a token every time you attack. Nadal lets you delve into the dungeon. You've got Arvad, Triumphant Adventurer. So yeah, there's basically loads of awesome knights. And yeah, you're looking to crush the opponent using aggro. There's not really much more to say. It's just so valuable. Any attack from this guy gets you a card in your hand. It's kind of crazy. I actually can't believe how powerful this is. Slightly gobsmacked how good the protection is. I mean, it basically says hexproof. To be honest, most of the time, Red's going to struggle dealing with the 4 toughness. So yeah, the deck list will be in the description below, so make sure to check it out. But yeah, anyone who's a fan of tribal and knights in particular will definitely love this. It's just a shame this isn't available in paper, because you can't technically do the draft mechanic. I mean, you could if you had these 15 cards in paper and you had a way of randomizing 3 of them every turn. It's not impossible. It just requires a bit more work. Be cool, actually. Tell me below if anyone's actually managed to make any draft abilities in paper. It is potentially possible. So yeah, let's get into the video, and I hope you like it. Don't forget to leave me a like and a sub if you do. Cool. See you there. We go first against Titania, Voice of Gaia, and starting hand's pretty good. I cannot complain. Let's go for Castlock Thwain first, because that will always come in untapped with our current lands. It only comes in untapping a Swamp, which we don't have. Now, Raddic isn't safe because they can fight him, but he's still 4 toughness, which is pretty decent. Into the north, so they can do a 4-mana play next turn. Oh, I do like this card, Raddic. I did used to try and make a knight deck in Commander a year or 2 ago, but it just was so expensive. I think it was Sir Gwyn, the 6-mana 1 equipments deck. So 4 mana, 3 mana. If they play more odd stuff, this is really good. Okay, I'm happy to just attack into this like an absolute baller. We want evens because we want them to keep playing odds. That's what I love about Magic, just the interplay and all the interconnective kind of tactics. This is the best kind of Magic to me. You know, just thinking about odds and even. I think the game needs more spells like this. To me, this is the most fun. Choose odd or even, exile each. It gives you a decision. You know, decisions are important. X is the number of knights you control. So I could go for more evens myself first. Champions of Tier. Yeah, we'll do that. More pressure is always good. We'll drain them with curry flavour. Man, you can literally kill people with curry flavour. It's fantastic. So next turn, we'll play this guy out. He's got lifelink already, so him flying. This is just absolute dream scenario here. Odds, odds, odds. They don't know this, but they're just walking into an absolute trap. And I actually think that they probably will concede. And if they don't, then they've got an incredible backup plan. I don't like to see people concede, but... Okay, here we go. Place your bets now. Do you think they'll concede? And would you concede after this? Let's go. This is where we choose the wrong option, isn't it? Yep, instant concession. Fantastic. Not fantastic. I don't enjoy that, but it did feel good to do it. And there you go. It was a matter of circumstance, you know. They just happened to have the most unlucky field in history. There you go. Okay, starting hand is a bit slow here. We don't have the mana to really cast the Citadel. I mean, to be fair, we can cast the Paladin, the Paladin and the Paragon, but I just think we need a bit more mana. Now, we do have a slight bit of advantage that we're facing a mono black deck, so they're probably not going to be able to kill Raddic unless they make us sacrifice it or use something like a Languish. So we'll see how what we do. The Wrath of God's going to be fantastic as well against them because they tend to go sideways. With the Hourglass Coven coming in, it gets to 2 Warlocks. Okay, I'm pretty confident with this hand. So, Boar Skier Tollkeeper's going to be able to slow down one of their creatures. Oh my god, that's a really stacked hand. So Gonti can come down here and steal one of our cards in our top 4. This is not the typical Warlock deck that I'm used to seeing. So what is this brand new card? Beginning of your upkeep, return a creature card with power less from the grave to the battlefield. That's kind of insane power level. What the hell? This is obviously a new alchemy card. Okay. That's a very, very good card, so we're going to have to kill that. There's nothing in the graveyard yet, but my goodness. So they missed a land drop, I think. Okay, so they can go for Gonti here, but it will come in tapped, which means we get another attack in. They'll steal another one of our cards. I can't believe the power level of this. I really wish this was in paper. The only reason this isn't in paper is because it has the word perpetual on it. But I feel like they just do that on purpose to just justify making this product. It's a bit weird, to be honest. Like, I don't agree... Oh my god, there's some good cards. I don't agree with the notion of forcing design to make digital cards, because firstly, this artwork is incredible, and I'm very jealous. I'm very jealous that I can't have this in paper. Swords. And so they've got hexproof. No, they haven't got hexproof, but... do we want to kill this? So we've got 5 mana. We can go for this. Or we could... Yeah, we'll kill it with the Modus Rider because we want to save the exile effect for the Junji, because that means they won't get any death triggers. And hopefully, when Raddic attacks, we can get a 2 mana creature to hand. I really like this deck. I feel like Arena teaches me things about myself I didn't know about myself in paper. So we didn't get any 2-drops. That's fine. Yeah, because in paper, my decks tend to be a bit slower, a bit more control-y, but on Arena, I just really enjoy these more aggro-based decks. Let's exile the Junji, and hopefully get a land on top. Price of Fame is good. I want to leave that on top as well. Come on, give me a 1-drop. Oh man, I guess we'll go for the Cavalier. I mean, we are definitely stacking our hand. Hand's looking crazy. So they can go for the Hourglass Coven here. They're at 11. So what do they go for? Discard, drain. Okay. I think we just attack first anyway. They probably won't block, right? Okay, we keep getting medium to expensive spells. Let's see if they double block. If they double block, tempted to use the price. Wow, triple block. Okay. Let me think about this for a sec. So if we kill the leader... Yeah, I think that's fine. So a price of fame on the leader, which drops them down to 2s. Procession's good. Yeah, I want to land on top, actually. So we get to trade with both of these now. This is a crazy card. Just refills their hand each time. So we did lose our general, but that's fine. I think we'll go for the Midnight Reaper now. So if that dies, we'll be able to draw a card. And also if they somehow revive... Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Shieldra, so that's going to kill our Reaper. But we'll get to draw a card, that's fine. So we've got 2 Circle of Loyalties in hand, which is kind of weird, but... I guess we're going to want to... Yeah, Day of Judgment, get rid of the Shieldred, otherwise things are going to be bad. Their hand is filled with Xander's Wake cards, which is just very irritating. Because in the late game, they're going to be able to just push past us. Let's draw a couple of cards here. We'll probably end up discarding one of the circles. Yeah, we can't use 2 anyway. Next turn we could go for the Citadel. Asylum Visitor. So we want to use the Wrath of God on a turn where they have like loads of creatures out, because then Xander's Wake only gives them 1. Okay, we've got Acquisitions Expert as well. I think we'll get rid of these. Oh, we have to show 3 cards. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So they still only get to discard 1, but they get to see 3. Maybe I should have shared the Circle of Loyalty rather than those 3, but oh well. Not that bothered still. So, if we go for 5, 6, 7, 8. So I don't really want to use the board wipe just yet. Three, 4, 5, 6, 4. Go for Champions of Tyr. We get like a cool little... They're called boons. So next time you cast a creature, it gets a counter, a flying counter, or a lifelink counter. So yeah, we'll try and bait them out here. So yeah, we want them to go for the Hourglass Coven. Lolth. Well, the Fracture does actually deal with that, which is good. So they're going to get 2 spiders. See if they attack. They probably attack with the Asylum Visitor. They don't. Okay, so we'll just kill the Lolth then. So this is double team. So if this attacks, I'm actually pretty confident about this attack. So we get a copy of that into our hand. Although they do have reach, so they can double block. Okay, that's fine. We basically get another one anyway. They get another card to hand. They're really slow rolling this Hourglass Coven, aren't they? Okay, we'll go for the Guardian Idol. And I suppose we'll go for another... You know what? This works out fine. This actually works out fine for me. Because next turn we can swing over the top. Gain a bit of life. Invoke Despair. Goodness me. We got pretty lucky with the old removal and planeswalkers there. Proven to be very, very difficult to take care of these guys. I think they're very aware of the board wipe thing we're trying to do, but I think we're just going to have to go for it here. They basically took advantage of the fact that they didn't want to overextend. Okay, we'll go for the Worthy Knight, and then next turn... yeah, we'll give this lifelink. Yeah, the next turn we can start making some tokens, I guess. Unless they kill it here, that'll be annoying. Goodness me. They've drawn so many cards. Bajuka Bogart Graveyard. Okay. And an arena. I can't believe they're at 20 life here. That is pretty ridiculous. It's a shame because our Citadel's not looking very good at all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go for the Rider and then the Basri's Lieutenant, I think. So if we get some Knights out, then it's going to make our Circle of Loyalty a bit cheaper. Then if we cast the Raddic after, we'll get a 2/2 Knight. Noxious Gear Hulk, oh my goodness. Again, very lucky with the old kill spells here. It's not quite as easy as I was anticipating. Okay, so we're going to go down to 7. Yeah, we're getting absolutely rinsed. If you just look at the sheer advantage they've had, they've basically... every card they've used has replaced itself. So Gonti replaced itself. Their general gave them 2 things, so that was a good board wipe. This would have got them something back. This got them 2 creatures, and it also killed one of our blockers. This killed one of our creatures, drew them 2 cards. This got rid of one of our things. This drew them a card. Yeah, so you can see just everything they put in is basically 2 for 1 there. I don't think there's much we can really do. We can gain some life. Let's give the Murderous Rider their sword. And then we can swing and gain 5. Wow, okay, they blocked both of them. They really don't want us to have anything, do they? Okay. They get back... a card. Man, the Shieldred with the Phyrexian Arena is crazy because they draw 2. They lose 1 but gain 4. That's mad. Boneclad Necromancer. That's a weird card. It's not that great. So exile a card and get a 2/2. Yeah, it seems okay. I'm sure there's some other applications for that. Thoughtseize, yeah. So just getting absolutely rinsed here. Wow. And is there possibly a turn where they don't play 2 or 3 things?
For the sake of all Innistrad,
yeah, I don't think so. So they're going to swing for 4. We go to 9, then we get to 7 in our turn. Despark. I mean, is that going to be enough? Don't think so. So we'll despark the Shieldred. That's just a crazy card, isn't it? Yeah, they're destroying so many cards here. They can draw even more with the Siren if they want to. So 1, 2, 3 cards a turn. And they have the Sacrifice as well. Sure. So yeah. They win this one. Man, I was kind of naive to think that I actually had a chance at one point. But yeah, that just goes to show you're never as safe as you feel sometimes. Okay, we go first against the Clockmaker. It's a decent starting hand. I do like this. Blue-black, so we have protection from half their deck, which is pretty legit. Not really sure what to make of this. Normally, I would play the Dauntless Bodyguard out later, but just due to the nature of how Raddic wants you to attack with Knights, yeah, I want to deploy them early. I don't want to wait till turn 5 for this. Okay, we've got the Despark. It would be useful, but their general isn't out yet. But yeah, we can save this for the Roscoe, but he's not that scary, to be honest. What's more scary is the fact they've got blue mana open. Yeah, once we start drafting a few Knights though, things could be pretty good. But yeah, also the fact this has already done 4 damage is pretty crazy. Ooh. So we might as well give it protection, because we want to keep it alive. Pushing from black. Land is not necessary right now. So we can also... So they're going to look in our hand and discard a non-creature, non-land card. We can stop them looking into our hand by just killing it. I just don't want them to have the information. Doesn't feel good doing that. But there you go. Once they find out what's in our hand, they won't be scared. We did just spend 2 cards to stop 1, but that's just the price you pay sometimes for... So they get a Midnight Clock, which means they can play a turn. This is basically a ramp spell, okay? Thoughtseize. Okay. Okay, let's Thoughtseize. See what we're working with here. Oh my. Paradox... Yep, see you later. It's a combo deck. Absolutely annoying. Okay, we'll go for the Bazoo's Lieutenant. We'll put the counter on the Bodyguard. And then we can swing in. Okay, so they're blocked. If they put him in the graveyard... No, so they're not going to Blood on the Snow. I mean, they could Blood on the Snow, but what would they bring back? Did they intend to do that? I'm not quite sure. They've got Solve the Equation, which is not great. So this is definitely a bait spell. Heartless... Okay, so they've got Blood in the Snow, but... That's a bit weird. Go for the Acclaimed Contender so we can recoup our hand a bit later on. So my question is, if they are just going to use Blood in the Snow, why did they use the Heartless Act on the Bazoo's Lieutenant? Okay, so they're not going to do that. They're going to go for the Rusco. They really don't care, do they? They really don't care. They just want to get more Midnight Clocks out and do their thing. Right. Swords as well. That's pretty good. Let's attack first. Not too bothered if they do block. Return that to our hand. Okay, that is kind of annoying, but we're going to get a Murderous Rider. Put it on black. Yeah, let's kill the Rusco here. Really not sure what to make of this deck. It feels very kind of... That's the noise I'm going to describe this deck as. Displace a kitten. Oh my god. I mean, they can increase the deck by 9 more cards if they want. Obviously, the scary part is that they can just get the extra turn because they have solved the equation. So they can just get an extra turn for 2 more mana. Oh, that's actually really gross. That is really gross. What are they holding back with as well? We've got 6 mana. Let's just go for the simple stuff here. Do we get a knight off the top? We get the sword. It's actually pretty decent. Replaces the knights we have. So yeah, this is the disgusting part. They can use Solve the Equation to get the Time Walk. I really do not like Oracle of the Alpha. Oh, it's so weird. Wow. They're going to draw 4 cards. But the thing is, with these Midnight Clocks going off, they're just going to lose all these cards. So it makes you think, was there any point doing that? We could just attack. See what happens. We draft something else. Midnight Reaper's decent. They're going to chump. They're going to double block. What's going to go on here? See, the thing about 2 Midnight Clocks as well, that they're not that far apart from each other, so they'll get the new 7, and then they'll probably have to... So we're going to get to kill the Displacer Kitten. Not really bothered about losing our own knight because we get one back. I think I'm actually going to go for the Reaper because if they use the Blood in the Snow, we get to draw 3 cards. Also, if they do get an extra turn, they're going to lose all these cards in their hand. So, this is the issue with having multiple Midnight Clocks. They've probably got some horrendous thing to do. Teferi, okay, that's scary. So Teferi's going to be able to just go up to 12 very easily. Very, very easily here. So we're going to have to deal with him. Luckily, I think we can. I think we're definitely going to have to... Wow, they're actually attacking as well. So if they're attacking, what does this mean? They've got a few ways to defend. Okay, so the question is, do we want to go for the Despark before that they get those cards? Let's try. I mean, if they have a counter spell, they're going to have to use it here. They got a Swan Song, okay. As if they had a Swan Song. Oh, this is going to be gross. We're not going to be able to deal all this damage to Teferi. So now it makes me wish that I hadn't have gone for the Despark there. Do they have the counter for this as well? No? Okay. 5 mana. Are they going to have a counter for this? No? Okay. Let's swing with 3 things just in case they've got removal. Another Reaper's good, although we can go for the Bodyguard as well. So we can actually use the Bodyguard to protect something even more. So we kill the Teferi. Okay, so that's 1 threat down. Go for the Bodyguard. I feel like I'm pretty safe. We could protect the Reaper. We could protect... We'll protect the General, sorry. Damn, that could have gone horribly wrong. We just happened to have 2 spells to kind of stop them. But then again, you know, they don't have Blood on the Snow anymore, though, do they? Now I feel like they're kind of struggling a bit. So they're just trying to force this to check off again, maybe. So they're going to be able to draw 7 more cards. Oh, and they're draining us for life as well. That's a weird bit of flavour, that is. Okay. So they're going to get 7 more cards here. How are we going to ever keep up with this? I don't like the fact that they drain us. It seems pretty mean. Okay, let's go for the sword. We'll give it to the Murderous Rider. And yeah, we'll just swing in with all. And then we get a few more pieces of value as well. Murderous Rider seems good. We can use it to kill the Rusko. I mean, do we want to kill the Rusko? Probably. The draining is kind of gross. Right, let's do it before they get a chance to use any counter spells, I think. So if they do have any more board wipes, I'm just hoping our Midnight Reaper is going to be able to survive. They're at 11, so they definitely need an answer of some kind. I'm sure they'll have a River's Rebuke. Let's face it, it's always River's Rebuke, isn't it? And if it is, then meh. Meh. River's Rebuke would certainly set us back. We'd lose the 2 tokens as well, which is pretty sad. What is actually exile? Just 2 Midnight Clocks. Blumenau. Gilded Lotus. If they have Paradox Engine here, I'm going to be very, very worried. Tome of the Infinite. Okay. Could be worse. 3, 4, 5. So they got 5 mana. Okay, so this has got Flash, Death Touch Life. Right, I guess we'll just go to combat again then. I'm just glad Aetherize isn't in the format, although Fog is. Tome of the Infinite, I think, can make a Fog. So Fog would completely screw us over. We get to draft Urtai. Okay, so they can counter the ability, or they can destroy a creature. They're going to destroy that. Huh. We get to draw a card, though. Extinction Event. We get to draw another card as well. A Ganjo? Okay. Oh, okay, I think... Okay, let's just see what happens here. If they have a counter spell, they're going to be able to completely stop us here, but... Come on, don't get Fog. Please don't be a Fog. It's going to be a Fog, isn't it? It's going to be a Fog. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm just going to review the battlefield there. So if they had a Fog, which would have prevented the damage, we could have gone for 3... So we got 3, 4, 5 knights. We could have played a 6th knight, a 7th knight, and then we could have used a smitten swordmaster to drain them for that much. So we would have been well on our way to draining them even if they fogged us. But yeah, that I felt very lucky there, considering the amount of cards they drew. Yeah, and especially when you consider that they had drained us for life as well. If they hadn't drained us 3 or 4 times, it would have been probably lethal with the Smitten Swordmaster. So don't underestimate the power of non-combat damage like this, because against control players, it's very useful. Sweet. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.